Hi, everybody. I'd mentioned in one of the blips that I did about timers. It was kind of a passing in the dark, and I wanted to come back to it. So, timers, I don't personally use timers as a teaching strategy or as a turn-taking teaching strategy. That's what lists are for. And holistic principles that what we want to do is allow children large blocks of time that they need to create relationships with whatever it is that they're engaged in. So, yes, we have routines. Yes, we have to eat at some point. Yes, the kids have to go home at some point. But within those routines, we try and make sure the kids have ample time to really be engaged in their play. And this is in relationship to how children navigate different ideas all at the same time, which I don't even think adults can really do. It's hard work. So generally, kids can't hold more than one idea at one time. They're young. And so here's a, for instance, I had a couple of kids who successfully built this block structure together. Now, these are probably 4.5, 5 year olds. And now they wanted to use the block structure together. But what they were finding is that they each had like a different vision of how that was going to happen. So it started getting a little heated, and of course, trying to envision what another person's vision is difficult enough with adults, let alone a 4 or 5 year old trying to explain what they want done with this block structure. So when the squabbles began, I got this idea and I grabbed we have these two large sand timers, and they just were there in the classroom for the kids to um, try out and play with. So I brought those over and I suggested that they could use the timer if they wanted to. They were going to be empowered to make that decision. Um, I wanted them both to appreciate the other person's ideas while holding on to their own ideas and have time to demonstrate their ideas through their play. So this is really deep understanding, and I'm saying to myself, oh gosh, what can I do? So grabbing the timers was just an idea that just came in my head. And bridging kids' understanding because they don't have shared understanding. They don't. Most adults don't have shared understanding with one another right now, right? So that's how we spend most of our day with young kids, bridging their understanding. So after listening to the kids, I offered them the timer, and one was a 3 minute, the other's a 5 minute. I suggested that the one holding the timer is the person waiting. They get to hold the timer. So this is the important piece because that frees me up to keep going and doing whatever it is that I need to do. Keep moving around the classroom, observing the kids, da da da, keep my eye on this. But without having to be the boss over how much time these kids get to use. They were empowered to take care of that for themselves. Um, and they decided, and it worked really, really well. So much so that over time, other kids were requesting a timer with similar situations. And this was mostly among the older ones. We have mixed age groups, and that's a whole other topic. But I did see the younger ones begin to use the timers after they had been watching the older kids use them for a bit. That learning through observation. So, and we do have the smaller ones, and those are really fun just to put in a basket and just have around the classroom. They just kind of like to hold them. And we saw actually a little bit more interaction with timers generally after that little thing. Um, we have to remember that kids don't have a real clear understanding of time, and they don't have a clear understanding of possession. What's mine, what's yours, what belongs to the school. I'm going to put this in my pocket because now it's mine. Oh, sorry, but it belongs to the school. Sorry. These are really complex ideas, and we have to understand that these are complex ideas and help kids navigate through these. So these are what I call in the moment learning opportunities, and many people miss them because they're too busy talking over children's ideas and they're not really watching and listening. It's an art to watch and listen and to analyze and to just be quiet for a while. So carefully observing and a willingness to honor child-led moments help us to bridge their understanding, because then we have much more clarity. If we just shut up for a bit and watch, unless of course there's blood, and then of course you have to intervene. Also provides us with a lot of information that can then be used to expand their thinking and make our curricular decisions much more meaningful. And so when, you write that up, if you take that scenario and you start writing it up, boy, you start seeing all kinds of layers to it. Much more meaningful than if a teacher just intrudes and say, okay, I'm going to set this time. It's tick-tock time, 5 minutes after 5 minutes, and you go, and then I'll set it again. It's like, no, give the ownership as much as you possibly can to the kids and let them evolve. Anyway, that's it. Timers. So I will talk to you later. I'll have some other ideas somewhere up the road. Take care.